channel, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to a brand new video. Today's video is going to be a long overdue and highly requested weight loss update video. On my vlogs recently I've been getting loads of comments asking how I'm getting on with my medicated weight loss journey. So we are at the 1 year mark and I feel like I've learned a lot along the way from starting at this time last year, and I will put my video from this time last year where I started and you can sort of see the before and after and the progress that I've made in that time. But let's have a little talk about it too. For those who are new to my channel, I'm Helen. I have lost 30 pounds in total, so I am now 8 stone 10. I've gone from 10 stone 12 to 8 stone 10 in a year. My weight loss over the last few months has definitely slowed down a lot, but I think that that's just because I'm coming to the point now where I'm in that healthy weight bracket and I feel amazing. If you are new to watching my videos, please hit subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, hype it as well. I've been told by one of the lovely ladies that follows me on here that she's been hyping my videos. I think it means that my videos get seen by more people if you hype it and you get like a certain amount of points and you can hype certain video. I don't really know, but let's start with where I started and where I'm up to now. So I started back in October 2024. Like I said, weighed 10 stone 12. My BMI was over 30, I think it was 30.6. I'll put it here. This is what the NHS had me at, and I have reduced my BMI to this, which I will share on screen. So I am now definitely in a more healthy place. I feel a lot fitter. I feel like I've got a lot more energy. I think the biggest change for me, if I'm totally honest, is the reduction of inflammation that I feel in my body. So I'm going to show you a picture here of a few months before I started, and you can see in my face I'm really puffy, and I spent, I would say, a good 12 to 18 months feeling like that, really puffy and not really knowing what was causing it. I'd completely stopped drinking, so it was nothing to do with drink. I know that you can get puffiness and inflammation from alcohol. It couldn't have been alcohol related. And then if you look at my legs, you can see how painful my legs actually look in this picture. So I suffer with two conditions in my legs. I have lymphedema, which is where my lymph nodes in my pelvis are blocked, or did get blocked, when I had cervical cancer around 9 years ago. The tumour itself caused a blockage in my lymph nodes, and then the chemotherapy and radiotherapy I had made it so that those lymph nodes don't work properly anymore because they basically shriveled to nothing with the radiotherapy, meaning that my lymph nodes can't drain the lymphatic fluid from my legs properly. There are things that I can do that help with it. Compression is one of them, but I find them so uncomfortable. Drinking lots of water and moving more definitely helps. I also have a condition called lymphedema, which is actually quite a common condition in women. I think I'll always have big legs no matter how much weight I lose, but they feel so much lighter. They don't feel as painful to touch. Anybody that's got lymphedema will know that it's the diseased fat cells, and I have them like around my knees here and also like around the bottom of my ankles. The diseased fat cells are really painful, so if somebody prods you on your knee, it hurts. It feels like there's a bruise underneath your skin almost. If you're looking at my before pictures, you can see I've lost weight. My legs will always stay quite big, I think. The only thing you can do for lymphedema really is compression, which, like I said, is just really uncomfortable and not realistic, I don't think, for me. I tried with compression and I just find it so uncomfortable. Or surgery, you can have liposuction, but it's very expensive and you can't get it on the NHS despite it being a really painful condition. They see it as a cosmetic thing if you're having liposuction on your legs. So hopefully that's something that changes in the future, but I've definitely noticed just an overall reduction in inflammation in my body. Like I said on that picture, you can see my legs look quite painful, my face is really puffy, and my fingers, I've lost a lot of weight off my fingers. I can spin my rings all the way around now. My wedding rings were cutting into me 12 months ago, so yeah, I can just slip them on and off now perfectly. Like I said, my face has gone down, my neck has reappeared. I have got so much more confidence now, and I don't know if this is just a coincidence. I feel like my mental health has improved. I don't know whether that is just my mental health has improved because I'm happier because I'm now a mum, and I'm happier because I'm losing weight, and all of them are just kind of interlinked, if that makes sense. I can't just say, oh yeah, that medication is making me feel happier and mentally more clear. I think it's just an alignment of all different things in my life that are just kind of coming together after a lot of adversity, let's say. Obviously, the thing that we all talk about on this medication is food noise. I don't think about food anymore, really. I don't do the reward and restrict thing anymore. I've spent years and years talking about going to Slimming World on this channel, and I won't sit here and slate it either, because there've been times where I've lost weight through Slimming World in my life, and there's been times where I've lost weight in my life by having a PT, going to the gym, really restricting my calories down. But I just feel so much freedom on this, and people say it's the lazy way. I don't agree, actually. And I think anybody that is actually saying that it's the lazy way don't understand what it feels like to live your life around food. I have spoken so candidly on my weight loss videos, and I feel like that's why you were enjoying them, about how I've struggled all my life with food and my relationship with food, and I just don't feel that on this medication. So whilst I am coming to the point now where I am getting to where I want to be weight loss wise, and I'm starting to feel a little bit more comfortable in clothes, and I've got a lot more energy and things, I'm reluctant to stop. Not necessarily because I'm scared of the weight gain, yes, that 100% that's a factor, but also just the way it makes me feel, the other added benefits that I've seen with it. So a lot of people talk about negative side effects, and I can't quite comment on things that other people talk about because I can only go off my own experience. But some of the negative things that I've noticed is, as well as forgetting to eat sometimes, which is definitely the case, you can forget to drink as well. I'm always talking about how I'm trying to get my water in and things like that, because you can definitely get dehydrated on this medication if you're not looking after yourself. I haven't experienced any sulphur burps. I haven't experienced any hair loss, really. Last time I did an update, I said I was going to go and speak to my GP about, one, sorting out my HRT, and two, asking what supplements I should take alongside my weight loss medication. And I didn't really get anywhere. My GP just sat me down and said, why are you taking it? You don't even need to take it. Well, it's always been there in black and white for them to see, because my provider, MedExpress, asked for a summary of care record from my GP, and my GP's details and everything have been provided to MedExpress, and it was my GP that brought it up to me and said, oh, are you taking medication for weight loss? And I said, yeah. And she was like, why, you don't need to? I said, that's because I've lost 30 pounds. And I wanted some advice from her on what supplements I should take and sort of what the next step should be. And I thought she was going to give me all the answers, and she didn't. So I've got an appointment to speak to a clinician with my provider, and I'm hoping that will help a little bit, so they can tell me whether the next step is to start reducing down a dose. I don't really know what the next steps are, but of course I will keep you updated. A lot of the time when I'm making my vlogs, people are saying, are you still even taking it? And yes, I am. It's just become such a normal thing for me now, and I think months and months into it, it just does. So many people are scared of making that initial step because they hear horror stories and things like that. Well, mine isn't a horror story. Mine is like a positive story so far. Obviously people are going to have their opinions, but I did a lot of research when I decided to do this, and I've only seen positives really, so I can only comment on my own personal experience. A lot of people ask if I'm still with the same provider, if I've moved around because of the price increases. I just stayed with the same provider because I'm comfortable with them now, and I know that if I need to speak to them, they answer the phone within a minute. If you're with a different provider or you haven't started yet and you're thinking about starting, they do have an offer where you can get £40 off. It does bring the price down a little bit, but this medication is very expensive, isn't it? And I did think about moving to the cheaper one, but I wanted to kind of see how that panned out for other people before I decided to maybe look into that. I don't want to. I don't want to fix what isn't broken, if you get what I mean. And it is costing me a lot, but now I have that monthly outgoing. I hardly have takeaways anymore. We're not eating out as much as we used to before. We adopted our little girl just because she's 2.5 and everywhere, so we're cooking a lot more. I feel like we're saving money in that way, and it's allowing me sort of to continue with what I'm doing. Health wise, I'm feeling really good. The only supplements I am taking that I got from my doctor are chewable tablets, which are calcium and vitamin D. But these are just for my bone health really, because I am in early menopause and I've got osteopenia in my left hip. They want to make sure that my bone density stays where it needs to be. My bone density is lower than average for someone of my age, but that's because I went into early menopause 9 years ago. But I have started my HRT patches. This bit isn't going to be interesting for everyone because a lot of you here are just for the weight loss side of things, but just as a general health update, I've started taking these Everel Conti, and they are a patch which I change every 4 days. So I will let you know how I get on with these. I think I mentioned in one of my recent vlogs, my menopausal symptoms aren't too bad to be fair, but I've been on and off HRT for a long time and I struggle to take those tablets orally. I don't know why. I think it's something psychological that reminds me of taking like anti-sickness and things when I was having chemo, so I tell myself I forget to take it, but actually I think there's a little bit of trauma around it, to be honest, whereas these patches I'm finding really easy to just stick on. But yeah, I'll let you know how I'm getting on. But other than that, I'm not taking any other vitamins at the moment. I tried to have a conversation, like I said, with my GP, and she just didn't really want to talk about it. I don't know why. I felt like I was like pulling teeth a little bit. So I'm holding out for speaking to this clinician at MedExpress, and hopefully they can help me and point me in the right direction with the supplements and everything as well. This has been nice, having a little chat and lighting my candle and having a coffee. If there's anything that I've missed, and I probably have and will notice when I'm editing this back, please leave your questions in the comments for me and I will answer them in the comments, or I will do a separate Q&A that is completely related to this. Before I go, let me try on a couple of items of clothing that I was wearing this time last year so you can really see the difference. These are the jeans that I wore for my sister's 40th last September, so just over 12 months ago, and I wore them high-waisted up here, so that is how much weight I've lost. That is crazy. And so I feel like I'm making slow progress now, but I do think I'm probably still losing inches because those jeans that I had on, those black ones that actually fit me, they're a size 10 now. This top is an 8 to 10, and anything that I'm ordering from my top now is 8 to 10. These will be going on my Vinted. These are from Next, size 12 petite jeans. I love these jeans and they cost me just over £40. I think they were £45 or 40. I'll buy them again if they've got them on the website because I love them and sell these ones on. So there's a lot of room in there now. Back changing to what I was wearing before, that's just made me think I definitely need to get on Vinted. I've got a big bag full of stuff to put on, so thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Please, again, like I said, leave any questions for me down below in the comments. Let's have a little chat about it all. Have a lovely rest of your week and I will see you soon for another video. Bye bye. Mwah.